टुडेज टॉपिक इज थर्मल इंजरीज क्लासिफिकेशन। आज हम इसमें सिर्फ क्लासिफिकेशन पढ़ेंगे। थर्मल डेथ्स के अंदर हम जो एक्सेसिव हीट या एक्सेसिव कोल्ड से जितने भी डेथ होती हैं वो सारा थर्मल डेथ के अंडर आता है। तो थर्मल डेथ को हम ब्रॉडली दो में क्लासिफाई करते हैं, ड्यू टू हीट और ड्यू टू दी कोल्ड। कोल्ड का जनरल इफेक्ट और हीट का जनरल इफेक्ट हाइपरथर्मिया और हाइपोथर्मिया में हम काउंट करते हैं। तो जनरल इफेक्ट में कोल्ड के हाइपोथर्मिया आ जाएगा, जिसमें बॉडी टेम्परेचर नॉर्मल हमारा 37 डिग्री सेल्सियस होता है, जो हाइपरथर्मिया में ज़्यादा हो जाता है 41 डिग्री के करीब, और हाइपोथर्मिया में 32 डिग्री सेल्सियस से कम हो जाता है। तो जनरल इफेक्ट में कोल्ड के हाइपोथर्मिया है, और लोकल इफेक्ट्स में चिलबेन, फ्रोस्ट बाइट और दी ट्रेंच फुट वाज देयर। हीट इफेक्ट्स में फर्स्ट बेंच हीट के लोकल इफेक्ट्स में हमारे हीट क्रैम्प्स, हीट एग्जॉशन, हीट स्ट्रोक और द हीट प्रोस्ट्रेशन आता है, और लोकल इफेक्ट्स में बर्न और दी स्काल्ड हमारा आता है हीट की वजह से। नाउ फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इज कोल्ड। General effect of the cold includes the ill effect are manifested in the 3 stages of the cold. First stage is the patient feel cold and shiver and body temperature falls below the 37 degrees Celsius. In second stage, shivering stops when temperature at or below the 32 degrees Celsius. Victim is depressed and further cooling he becomes lethargic, drowsy and sleepy. It gradually passes into the stupor and the coma. Muscle stiffens and mobility is impaired. If the person tries to walk, he may fall or may appear as if he was drunk. Respiration, circulation, metabolic and enzymatous process, oxygenation of the cells are all slowed down or be blocked. In third stage, temperature is lowered below the 27 degrees Celsius, and due to this, the person is maintained at 24 hours at this temperature. गेट बंद कर देना डॉक्टर साहब, गेट बंद कर दो। अगर हम किसी पर्सन को 27 डिग्री सेल्सियस या उससे नीचे अगर हम 24 आवर्स के लिए रखते हैं तो उसमें उसकी डेथ हो जाती है। तो डेथ इज ड्यू टू द फेलियर ऑफ द वाइटल सेंटर्स ड्यू टू द एनोक्सिया और द लैक ऑफ द ऑक्सीजन। नाउ पोस्टमार्टम अपीयरेंसेस इन केसेस ऑफ कोल्ड इज इल डिफाइंड फीचर्स आर देयर इन दीज केसेस। Externally pink or brown pink areas with distinct blurred margin, particularly over and around the joints and knees, elbows, hips are characteristics. There may be pink patches over the cheeks, chin and the nose. Extremities may be cyanosed. Edema can be seen over the feet and the lower leg. The characteristics feature of cold death or the body kept in refrigerator are the pink postmortem staining. Internally, there is ice crystals may be found in the blood vessels or the heart and the interstitial tissue spaces. Blood is often of a bright red color due to the retention of oxygen by the hemoglobin at low temperature. The stomach mucosa is studded with numerous brown-black acute erosions, ulceration and the hemorrhage similar to those seen in the many types of pre-death stress. Variable degree of fat necrosis of the pancreas is seen in about 50% of cases. Perivascular hemorrhages in the brain and small infarct in the heart may be seen in cases death due to the cold. Internal organs are found congested. Now in this image you can see the pink postmortem staining or the hypostasis in death due to the cold. Similar finding आपको जो बॉडी रेफ्रिजरेटेड रहती है कई दिन तक उसमें भी मिल सकता है पिंक पोस्टमार्टम स्टेनिंग। नाउ मेडिको लीगल इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ डेथ ड्यू टू कोल्ड। कहाँ बाहर। नाउ मेडिको लीगल इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ डेथ ड्यू टू द कोल्ड। मोस्ट ऑफ द डेथ्स आर एक्सीडेंटल डेथ्स। कोई पर्सन फ्रीजिंग टेम्परेचर है उसमें बाहर रह गया या ग्लेशियर्स पे ड्यूटी है, मोस्टली सोल्जर्स में देखने को मिलती है। Especially accidental death are also reported in drunken person or the mountaineering or the person lost in snowdrift and those who are immersed in ice cold water. Infanticide and homicide in adults where unconscious person are left in freezing temperature are very rare cases. Now these are the general effect of the cold. Local effects are divided into three categories, and first is the cold produces first blanching and paleness of the skin due to the vascular spasm. It is followed by the erythema, edema and swelling due to the vascular dilatation and paralysis, especially due to the capillary permeability. Blister formation is the third or the advanced stage due to the cold, which can involve skin, subcutaneous tissue, muscles and nerves. Either the tissue becomes frozen, stiff, hard or necrotic by the direct effect of the cold, or the necrosis follows vascular occlusion, thrombosis and obliterating the endarteritis, secondary inflammation and infection of the damaged tissue. In the third stage can also progress to the gangrene or the necrosis of the affected tissue. Localized effect of the cold are frostbite, trench foot and the immersion foot. Now these are the pictures showing the trench foot or the immersion foots. These are due to the prolonged exposure of cold of 5 to 8 degrees Celsius to the feet, and typically seen in soldiers during winter warfare, especially in trenches and in person exposed to prolonged immersion or the exposure at the sea. Extremities are affected in those conditions. Blister formation with ulceration and localized dry gangrene may be occur in the trench foot. Now frostbite temperature in the trench foot is 5 to 8 degrees Celsius, but if temperature goes to minus 2.5 degrees Celsius for a prolonged period, then it can lead to the frostbite of the extremities. Frostbite is the infarction of the peripheral digits with edema, redness and later necrosis of tissues beyond the line of inflammatory demarcation. It may affect only the skin. It may affect only the skin and may extend deeply into the muscle, subcutaneous tissue, or the digits may be ulcerated and needs the amputation of the digits. It occurs due to the exposure to greater extremes of cold minus 2.5 degrees Celsius, develops more rapidly. In addition to extremities, it frequently affects other parts of the bodies like nose, ears and face. In frostbite, necrosis with blister formation and gangrene occurs. Skin becomes hard and black in about 2 weeks. Now there are certain terms जो कि आपसे एज सच क्वेश्चन नहीं पूछा जाता है बट वाइवा के टाइम पूछा जाता है. रेसिप्रोकल और द पैराडॉक्सिकल अनड्रेसिंग. नाउ दिस इज ए स्ट्रेंज कंडीशन. इसमें हमारा रेसिप्रोकल हो रहा है कि ठंड है और पर्सन अपने क्लोथ्स को रिमूव कर देता है जब उसकी आप बॉडी रिकवर करते हैं. तो दिस इज ए स्ट्रेंज कंडीशन सीन इन एक्सीडेंटल हाइपोथर्मिया, particularly in old person. In this person take off some or all of their clothing. The cause of condition is not known. It may be due to the long exposure to the severe cold, producing the paralysis of the thermal regulatory centers or the mechanism. This results in failure of vasoconstriction of arterioles of the skin, which results in flow of blood from the core of the body, thus giving a sensation of a warmth. In this condition, terminal hallucinations occurs, and because of the great discomfort, person may become undress herself. In such cases, there may be suspicion of the sexual assault cases. Next is the hide and die syndrome. Hide and die में भी particularly यही होता है कि ठंड होती है और पर्सन ठंड से बचने के लिए टेबल के नीचे या अलमारी में बाहर है तो ट्रेंच के अंदर छिप जाता है जिससे उसकी डेथ हो जाती है. तो टर्मिनल बरोइंग बिहेवियर इज द इन सम केसेस ऑफ हाइपोथर्मिक डेथ. डिसोरिएंटेड डाइंग हाइपोथर्मिया पेशेंट who will attempting to protect himself from the cold may hide himself in corner, cupboards or under piles, furniture or the household goods. More commonly, a naked or partly clothed old person is found amid a scene of utter confusion with furniture pulled over and drawer and cupboards emptied out, but the disturbance is at low level. This may leads to a suspicion of homicide and the robbery in these cases of hide and die syndrome. The signs of hypothermia are usually found. The problem arises as to whether person become hypothermic first, which leads to mental confusion, causing strange behavior, or the person is in some kind of mental aberrations which behave abnormally in these cases. Next is the neonatal cold injury. This results from the failure of metabolism to prevent the fall in temperature in a body kept in an unsuitable cold environment. The symptom appears usually in the first week of life. The rectal temperature is usually below the 32 degrees Celsius. Temperature becomes increasingly lethargic. Children becomes increasingly lethargic and drowsy and refuse the food with swelling of the extremities, which leads to the pitting edema, particularly in the hands and feet and eyelid of the children. The face, hands and feet are red, which is striking and constant finding. Heart rate is slow. Pulsation of peripheral arteries are absent in these cases where the extreme cold children were subjected to the extreme cold conditions. Respiration are shallow, slow and maybe irregular. The hemorrhagic tendencies is manifested by the GI bleed, petechial hemorrhage and oozing of blood from the injection site of the children. Diagnosis of the neonatal cold injury is based on the massive pulmonary hemorrhage without evidence of any infection, frothy blood stains, secretions in the nose or mouth, ascites and the edema, cyanosis of the extremities. It may be mistaken for the hemorrhagic pneumonia or the scleroma. Medical legal importance is it's a method of killing illegitimate and the unwanted infants. Heat. Next is the general effect of the heat. First is the heat cramps. Heat cramps is also known as miner's cramp or the stroker's cramp or the fireman's cramps. These are mostly seen in cases of a person working in the mines. These are caused by rapid dehydration of body through the loss of water and salt in the sweat. It is seen in worker in high temperature when sweating has been profuse. The onset is usually sudden, severe and painful. Paroxysmal cramps occurs affecting the muscles of the arms, legs and the abdomen. Face is flushed and the pupils dilated. Patient complain of dizziness and tinnitus, headache and the vomiting. Intravenous injection of the rapid saline or the person removed from that high temperature environment can lead to reversal of the symptoms. Next is the heat prostration or the heat syncope or the heat exhaustion. Heat prostration is a condition of collapse without increase in body temperature which follows exposure to the excessive heat. Now, in cases of heat exhaustion, patient was suddenly exposed to high temperature. In this, the temperature of body doesn't increase that much as comparison to the heat stroke. It is precipitated by the muscular work, unsuitable clothing. There is extreme exhaustion and peripheral vascular collapse. Patient feels suddenly weak, giddy and sick. He may stagger or fall. Face may become pale and skin is cold. Temperature is subnormal, not that much higher than the normal body temperature. The pupils are dilated, pulse is small and 3D. Respiration is sighing or the Kusamal breathing is seen in these cases. Patient usually recover if placed at rest, but death may take place from the heart failure in cases of heat syncope. Now next is the heat pyrexia or the heat stroke. A fever above the 41.5 degrees Celsius or the body temperature, rectal temperature greater than 41 degrees Celsius leads to the condition called the heat stroke or the heat fever. In this, along with the rise in temperature, psychological features are also these includes the psychosis, delirium, stupor, coma and the convulsion of the person. The term thermic fever or sunstroke is used when there has been direct exposure to the sun. In the cases of heat stroke, predisposing factors includes the high temperature, higher humidity and minor infections, muscular activity, loss of acclimatization of the person, and the old age. When there is 100% humidity and temperature is 32 degrees Celsius in the environment, this can lead to the heat stroke. When there other factors includes the old age, any pre-existing disease, alcoholism, use of tranquilizers, obesity, lack of air movement, and the unsuitable clothing. Now, heat stroke can be of two types. First is the exertional heat stroke and another is the classical heat stroke. Exertional heat stroke seen in the persons working in a high temperature or directly under the sun, like the military persons or the soldiers or the mining workers that were used to work in the directly construction workers. These are prone to the exertional heat stroke. Next, classical heat stroke occurs in the old age persons which are usually above the 60 years of age during the heat wave. In the classical form of heat stroke, sweating is mostly absent. Now, in these the features of heat pyrexia or the heat stroke includes the continuous perspiration or the sweating, shallow breathing or the Kusamal breathing, rapid pulse rate. These all leads to the symptoms of the heat stroke. Fatal period is few minutes to the 3 days. Postmortem appearance in cases of hypothermia or the heat stroke is not that very much specific. Temperature remains high after the death. Organs shows congestion, edema, and the hemorrhage was seen in the internal organs. CNS, the brain is congested and edematous with petechial hemorrhages are seen in the white matter. Changes occur in the cerebellum rapidly, which are more striking and consistent with the edema of the Purkinje layer and swelling. Now, general feature of the death due to the high temperature includes the petechial hemorrhage over the body, rise of the body temperature or the rectal temperature, confined hemorrhage, and the disseminated intravascular coagulation features in the most of the cases. Next is the hyperthermic anhydrosis or the desert syndrome. The features are like that of the heat exhaustion. After profuse generalized sweating for several days, perspiration stops suddenly in all parts of the body below the neck but persists in face and the neck. There is hyperkeratotic purging of sweat glands leading to the functional failure of the sweat apparatus. Papular rests appear over the face and the neck. Now, these condition was mostly seen in the US soldiers, not that much prevalent in the India. Any question?